Planet Dolan. From fried hands to syrupy pants, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts on the best true stories from our subreddit about the weirdest thing that ever happened to people at work. I'm Danger Dolan, and today I'll be on the radar. Number 10 was submitted by Cat with Claws 218. Robo was working at a food stand putting some Slim Jims and root beer on display. Little boy came running up and said, "I want to get my mummy 2 meat dicks and my dad a beer." Robo just assumed the boy had a speech problem and replied as calmly as possible, "So you want Slim Jims and root beer?" He shook his head, looked down and said, "No, I mean dick and beer. My mum and dad talk about it, but I guess I can't buy that here." Don't you guys just hate it when you go to a food stand and you just can't get dick? Number 9 was submitted by Honeydew Bunny. Honeybits was working at the cashier for a Vietnamese restaurant in a food court when a lady came up to the counter and plopped her toddler on the counter. She turned him towards her and said, "Tell the lady what you want." "I want a spring roll," the kid somehow gobbles out. "So cute," the mother cooed, as Honeybits went over to the hot food storage to grab a spring roll for the kid. Honeybits told the woman the spring roll would be $1.50 and waited for her to pull out her money. Instead she said, "But he's so cute, why won't you just give it to him? It's only like $1." Honeybits was stunned at the request and said, "I'm sorry, I don't have the authority to give out free food. Please pay for it. Like you said, it's only $1." The mother grabbed her kid, who started wailing, and walked away angry. Number 8 was submitted by Kid Like 101. Doopy used to work nights in the ER. One night, she had on some electric blue nail polish. While she was working, a senior pulled her to the side. With 2 other people standing around the corner, he said in a low voice, "Show me your hand, the left one." Doopy stuck her hand out and immediately grabbed it and stuck her finger into one of the machines to read her vitals. After the machine was finished, he said, "Okay, it's confirmed. Her oxygen levels are fine. It's just nail polish." Apparently the doctors in the ER had a bet going on whether Doopy was dying and her nails were turning blue, or if it was just polish. And sticking a finger in the machine was easier than just asking her. Number 7 was submitted by IvystarAdventures. Ghost Toast used to work at a dollar store stocking items. He went to an aisle to restock the peanut butter when he saw a kid, probably 9 years old, standing next to the maple syrup with his back turned. Ghost Toast couldn't see any adults near him, so he walked up behind the boy to ask where his parents were. The boy spun around, eyes wide, looking startled. That's when Ghost Toast noticed the half-empty bottle of syrup in his left hand and the puddle of syrup leaking from his pants. The kid was just pouring syrup down his fucking pants. It was an awkward 5 seconds before Ghost Toast dragged the boy to the checkout aisle, called for his parents. A woman came soon after, fussing at him as they left the store. Ghost Toast never saw him again. Number 6 was submitted by Boltrod Gaming. Gogak worked at a college cafeteria that served food, buffet style. Under the tables with the food were cupboards with extra plates, spoons, and forks. One night, Gogak was cleaning the food tables after the cafeteria closed and opened the cupboard to get more plates. But instead of plates, he saw a half-naked girl who looked like a freshman playing Pokemon on a Game Boy Color. She screamed when Gogak saw her, crawled out of the cupboard, and bolted out of the cafeteria with the workers all staring at her. The weirdest part is that none of the security cameras saw her go into the cupboard in the first place. Number 5 was submitted by Angels1732. After Melissa graduated from high school, she worked at Walmart to help pay for college. One evening, she had a mother in line with a young baby. After making Melissa run around to look for her missing keys, which weren't missing, she then asked Melissa to run back and get her some lemons. When she came back and was able to continue the transaction, the woman started breastfeeding her baby and continued as Melissa processed the transaction. Finally, her child spit up all over one of the carts. Nobody even bothered to clean it up. Number 4 was submitted by waytoomanyfandoms. When Pandora was working as a grocery cashier, a nice man with a lot of tattoos came through her line. So they ended up talking about tattoos because she was thinking about getting one herself. He ended up checking out with a total of $6.66. Pandora giggled about it and said,
"Your total comes out to $6.66. The groceries of the beast."
He laughed and left in good spirits. A little old lady behind him came up next, and she looked absolutely disgusted. She said, "Young lady, that man who just came through here is Satan. I can feel it in my soul." She explained that she knew he was a demon because of the tattoos, but then she discovered that he was Satan because of the price of his groceries. She then tried to hand Pandora a pocket Bible, which she respectfully declined. Number 3 was submitted by needpokerinfo. Spinal Palm was just doing the usual scanning and bagging at the grocery store when he saw her mum and her kids run into the store and straight to the bathroom. After about 3 minutes, Spinal Palm saw the mum come out of the bathroom with her kids. She came up to the register and bought 2 packs of diapers. While she's doing this, her 2-year-old daughter walked out of the bathroom completely naked. Everyone stared in shock, and the mum quickly finished checking out and ran back into the bathroom. Number 2 was submitted by theDarkKnightOfDXD. Hellbent worked at a local KFC as a cashier, and the customers never did anything weird. But one day, a drive-thru employee came in late for his shift and put a backpack down. Hellbent didn't think anything of it until he pulled out a mannequin hand and threw it in the deep fryer for 15 seconds. He then pulled the mannequin hand out and tried eating it. That was the last day he ever showed up for work. Number 1 was submitted by me. What's the weirdest things ever happened to me at work? So when I was a little bit younger, I helped my dad out when he was rearing some greyhounds for the greyhound races. And so one time, my job was to hold onto this greyhound and stop him from escaping because we were outside the main gate of this rearing place. And so I just had to grab the greyhound around the neck with both my arms. Now, bear in mind, greyhounds, if you guys don't know, they're very, very bulky, well-built dogs. They're almost pure muscle. That's why they do the races. They're like little horses. So they're fucking strong. And so as I was holding this thing, it started kind of writhing around and, trying to get loose. And, I kept getting told, like, don't let him go. If you let him go, he's gonna fucking run off. These things are fast as shit. And you'll never see it again. And so every muscle in my body was dedicated to holding this dog. It started flipping out. And so I was rolling on the ground. I was getting scratched to hell. Like, it was starting to tear my face off. And I was scared. I was like, oh, this dog's gonna get out and, like, it's just gonna go missing. It's gonna be my fault. And so I was having a wrestling match with this dog, which was absurdly strong. And so by the end, I'd been holding on to it for about 10 minutes and I was just exhausted. I was beaten. And then it managed to get out of my grip. And you know what it did instead of running away? It just walked over to the gate. Just kind of stood there, just waiting. I was like, what? Why the fuck was I holding it then? What? I nearly risked my life. And the dog just kind of stands there and it's just like, And then the gate opened, it walked in. I was like, well, fuck me then. What was the point of all that? I was covered in dirt, bruises, I was bleeding, and then I look over this dog and it's totally fun. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Huge thanks to the folks over the Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What was the most awkward moment of your life? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below. You might be featured in a future countdown.
This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys.
That's it for this video. And have a good one!